Hi, in this video I want to show you how to use the crop tool and other tools that are in that section. So I'll start now, and the first tool I want to start with is not the crop tool itself. I want to start with the knife tool before coming down to the virtual segment delete, the eraser and the eraser tool. So I'll select the knife tool. As you can see on the screen, I have created some work, and all this I achieved using the knife tool. What is the knife tool? The knife tool just allows you to cut. It allows you to cut through any shape so that you can create a segment. You want to split an object. So it's just like you have your knife, you use it to cut something into parts. You create a part in the object, and you have two objects. Okay. So here in CorelDraw, the same thing can happen. So I will first of all delete the screen. I will double click the picture, then I will select delete. I will draw a shape here. I want to draw a rectangle. I'm drawing the square right now. So with a fill of red, I'll select the knife tool. If you want to use the knife tool, you just need to come to the first edge, which should be your starting point. Then you go to the second node or the end point. Then you click down. After clicking down, you can press the space bar, or you select your pick tool. The space bar is the shortcut. So I'll press the space bar and I'll drag. You can see I already have two objects formed from one object now. Okay. So if by adventure you want to have a free hand cutting on this second rectangle now, you can still use the knife tool. Just select the knife tool again, then come to the edge, then begin to drag down to form the shape you want to have on the object. Then stop at your end point, then leave the mouse. Then you can change to switch back to your pick tool with the space bar, then drag. So we have successfully created several shapes out of one shape using the knife tool. The knife tool just allows you to cut and split, like I've said before. So you can always use it. It is very good for you. On using the knife tool, you will see some options on your property bar. The first option here is called keep as one object. Keep as one object will just allow you, after splitting the object, you still have one object on your screen. You still have one object. They are not split, but they are still there, but the segment or the split has been made or created. Here you have the auto close on cut. The auto close on cut, when you split an object, maybe with the feel of this now green, and I use the knife tool on it, if that is not selected, if this is not selected, at default this will be selected. If this is not selected and you come and cut here, it means a part, this object is no more closed now. It's no more closed, but you have opened it. That's why you are no longer seeing the fill color. It is not an enclosed part now. It is an opened part. So when you don't select the auto close here, it will open the shape for you. The auto close just allow us, while we create the split line and go to the end point, it closes the two parts, closes this point and closes the one down, so that we have two different rectangles enclosed with the closed part, so that they can still have the color we have in them, like in this case red. You can see this part is closed even after we use the pen tool. They are closed, and the red fill is added to both ends, but here it will be opened because we didn't select this option. So I hope you get that. I'll go to the next tool, and the next tool is called the virtual segment delete. What is the virtual segment delete all about? So let me go to the next page, which I have created here to show you a good example of how you can use it. So I have these lines here, these 4 vertical lines and this one horizontal line. Here what I have, my main reason for doing this is that I want to use these two on them, and the virtual segment delete allows you to just delete segments of line, that is where two lines are meeting. it allows you to delete from one point to another point, then to another point. How do I mean? Permit me to draw a line here. I just want to draw a little line here. From here, even to this point. And I want to give it an outline color of white. And I'm increasing the weight to 1.5 so that we can see it very well. Then the same thing I will do here. I will just draw a line with outline white and 1.5 width. So I want to use the virtual segment delete now. I'll come back, I'll select it, then I'll want to use it on this line. What it does is that it deletes from that point, this origin to this segment. From this segment to this segment, it just deletes line based on segment. So I'll come here again, I'll delete this line. You can see it has deleted that. I can still come here and still delete this segment. And come here, I'll delete this. I'll delete this. Then I'll come here, I'll delete this. Okay? So it allows you to just delete line segments. You can still come here, and it will the tool will assume that from this point to this point is a segment. So I want to delete this segment. I'll click this line. And from this point to this point is a segment, and I want to delete. I can always click on the line. It will know that this is the starting point and this is the end point of this line. So it will delete it from its beginning to its end now. So that's how to use the virtual segment delete. And this is a shape I have created for using the graph paper tool. If you want to open some of these points, all you just need to do is just to use the virtual segment delete. You can click on it. Can you see? And I can still come here again and delete that. It's deleted from here to here because they made a segment. From here to here, they made a segment. I can still come down here and still delete. I hope you see that. And you can come here and delete another one. If I want to open this place more, I can still come here also. Just ensure you are clicking when the pen is turning, is vertically straight, not when it is in diagonal form. So I'll come here again, and I can still come here, and I come here. I want to make something like a brick. So I'll come here. I'll take away one. So that's how to use the virtual segment delete. I want to move to the eraser tool. The eraser tool allows you to erase a portion of an object according to the way you want it. So firstly, you need to select the object, then select the eraser tool, which is the last option here, or you press the S key on your keyboard. Then hold down your mouse, then drag to any area you want to erase, then release your mouse. Okay, and the nib is this little circle indicating the eraser. You can increase the nib of your eraser too. And how can you do that? All you just need is to hold down your shift key, hold down the left click of your mouse, then drag up or down the mouse to increase the nib. You drag up, and if you want to decrease the nib, you drag down. So this is the smallest nib size we can use. So if you still want to delete the star, you can still drag and cover the area you want to delete, then release. So the star has been deleted, and that's how to use the eraser tool. The last tool I want to talk about is the crop tool itself. So let me delete this. Okay, let me just leave the star. And the crop tool allows you to crop or protect an area of an object and delete or remove some other area or part of the object. For instance, in this big bitmap image, I want to crop out the head. the head of this little bird. And how will I do that? All I just need to do is to select my crop tool and crop the area. Firstly, you must select the object itself by the pick tool. Then you hold down this and select the crop tool. Then you form a marquee by holding down your mouse, drag the area you want. I want from the beak here. From its beak, then I can drag inward, selecting this point. Then I can still drag here. Then after you are done selecting it, I want to bring it down here a bit. So after you are done selecting it, this is the protected area out of the whole picture we have selected. Then you can double click your mouse or you press the enter key on your keyboard. I want to double click. So you can see out of the whole picture, this is the area we protected, and the crop tool has brought that for us. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you when using the crop tool is that it is important that you select the object you want to crop. And why is that important? Let's say, for instance, I'm not selecting anything now. I need the beak of this bird now. I'm selecting the crop tool, and you can see, note that I'm not selecting anything. So I'll just select this part to be the protected part. Then when I press enter, and you can also double click the mouse, see what happens. All the work left. So what CorelDraw assumes is that you want to crop the whole work area, and every other object will be removed apart from this little beak we have here. So I want to undo it because that is not what we really want. So what we want is that we want this area, but we must first select this one and use the crop tool, drag in and double click. So that's what we really want. That's how to use the crop tool. The crop tool can be used on any type of object, whether you have a bitmap object or you have a vector object. This vector object, this star now, if this part star, if I still want to cut something out of it, I can still use the crop tool on it. Also, after selecting it, just select the crop tool and form the marquee. So when you are done, you delete, you double click it, and you can also rotate it. And how do you do that? Just click on the area you have selected once, then you can rotate by dragging here. If this is the shape you want to form, you can always select it. If I want something in this form, all I just need to do is to place it the way I want. After rotating, then I will double click the area. So that's it. That's how to use the crop tool. You can see from star to what we have here, and that's all I want to tell us under those the crop tool area. And you have learned how to use the crop tool. We've learned how to use the virtual segment delete. We have learned how to use the eraser tool, and we have learned how to use the other tool, which is the knife tool also. Then I want to show us the next tool here. We call this one the zoom tool. The zoom tool just allow you to enlarge your work. For instance, if I want to see this this shape, this area here, all I just need is to bring in the zoom tool and left click on my mouse, left click, and I keep doing that until I see what I want to see in full or in detail. So you can always use the zoom tool if you want to have a bigger view of your work or object you are working upon. So another way, you can zoom out by using the left click, the right click. Just click on the right click and it will zoom out or zoom away out of view. So another way you can zoom out is that you hold your shift key and you see that zoom tool turning from plus to minus. You hold down your shift key and you left click. Just click your mouse the normal way. And you can also zoom in by holding down the shift key, then you press the right button on your mouse and it will zoom in. So you are just alternating the function. The left is for zooming in, the right click is for zooming out. So when you press the shift key, you can alternate what each key will do. Another thing I want to show you is that you can zoom in by creating a marquee on your artwork by just holding down the left click on your mouse, then creating a marquee around the area you want enlarged in view. So you can just, after creating the marquee, release it, and that area will be zoomed to your view, even to the center of the screen. So that's how to use the zoom tool. Another great tool I want to show you is the pan tool. The pan tool can be accessed with the H key on your keyboard. So when you select the pan tool just allow you to drag. Let's assume you are working in your studio as an artist and you have a large paper to work upon. You know, you can't work on all the large paper at a go. You have to be moving the paper from one area to another. Maybe you want it in view. So the pan tool just allow you to use your hand to drag your work, especially when you zoom it. It allows you to drag to another area at the same view or percentage view. So you can just use your the little hand to drag up and down the area you want. So that's how to use the pan tool. So I want to stop here. We have done great justice to the crop tool, the knife tool, the virtual segment delete, the eraser tool, the pan tool, and the zoom tool. And I hope you guys will go on to practice and do some great work with them. So you can always access the property bar also to check out the options they have. I'm very grateful that you are there. Please, I still need your comments, questions, and I want your subscription to the channel. Please subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.